thinking about the message that the young people wanted to get from the CD, I suppose hope and recovery is the overarching theme. If we think about Counterpart, the name, the young people are wanting to say, listen, our mental health is part of us, but it's not all of us, and there's a lot more to us than that. Not only by the talent that you can see in the video, but also the personalities and the thoughts and the feelings behind each individual as well as their own experiences. The young people wrote the songs about what was happening for them at the time, so some of the songs you'll notice could be interpreted to be about toxic friendships, difficult relationships, perhaps knowing that there's a difficult period in your life coming ahead and you don't feel able to do anything about it. Maybe feeling that you're on your own, stuck in your thoughts, and it's really uncomfortable, but it's equally uncomfortable moving on from that. I suppose the thing that struck me about the lyrics is a lot of them can be open to interpretation depending on who's listening to it and what's happening for them at the time, and I think that's really helpful, thinking about the message of hope and recovery and about your own journey with mental health. And I think it helps to normalise different emotional states for people, and hopefully it gives people a sense of hope that things will get better in the future.
I'm a senior social worker in CAMHS, and generally we work in an outpatient clinic, but we've set up this Impact CAMHS group to give young people a voice and how we can improve our services. So I think this is actually a great example of how young people have helped us to work in a more creative way. COVID got in the way in that we weren't able to meet up face to face anymore. We had to move online, which was a big challenge because it's another new way for us to work, which we got to grips with. So to think when the group started, you know, the young people were a bunch of strangers coming into a room together and trying to come up with ideas for what they wanted the group to be. And one of the ideas was to come into the recording studio, and we thought, yeah, that's very out there, I don't know if it's going to happen, but then looked up different pieces of funding and we've actually made their dream come true, as I say. But to see the development in their confidence, you know, they actually call each other friends now, and even listening to their performances today in the recording studio, like, it's just amazing to see how a group using music and art and more creative ways of working can actually really help build young people's self-esteem and confidence. So coming into the studio yesterday it actually blew us away, because we thought actually this is a very different way for us to work. Normally we work individually with young people, providing counselling, talking therapies, but actually it's been a great opportunity to be able to actually do what young people want to do, and that's writing songs, producing songs and sharing that message of hope and recovery to other young people.
I just thought about how cool the place looked with the lights and the computers and the instruments everywhere, like the guitars that lined the walls. It was amazing looking. It looked like something out of a film. And my first thought was, this is just so cool, and I never thought this much went into making music. My first feeling going on was just pure fascination with just the computers and just how everything comes together.
It was a weird experience, obviously not something I've really done before. I mean, I've been to different places where I can practice my music, but never into a proper recording studio. So it was kind of like, okay, this is happening.
I was really excited. Music's been a massive part of my life for pretty much my entire life, and getting the opportunity to properly, professionally record songs which I've been playing in my bedroom for months or years it's a really exciting new step to take, and so I was just super thrilled to be able to take part in it.
Oddly nice in a way. It's kind of sort of first step into something that I didn't exactly expect to like in a way. Not that nervous, because usually I'm very scared around staying around people, but oddly enough, because I'm with friends and with the environment as well, I sort of felt comfortable enough to be like, okay, yeah, let's do this. I want to record this, I want to record that. But I sang my first thing and I just sort of wanted to do more.
Definitely not. I got my first guitar for my birthday when I was maybe 9-ish or something, and my parents just kind of got me my electric guitar, and I just kind of messed about with it. And then, you know, later on, kind of it's getting better and playing, you know, proper music, but never really for an album or a proper band or anything.
It was so fun. It was just such an experience. It's like when you like back to the song when you wrote it, it was really, really dark place. You're just so proud of yourself, and it's like it comes out and when you're singing, do you know what I mean? But what's it? I'm so smiling.
Well, we were talking about different colours and their meanings, and I looked up colour theory, sort of looked at possible names for the band or the EP. And looking at it, it sort of occurred to us that all of these different colours and different meanings had very different, because everyone in our group is just so different, and so one colour or one meaning wouldn't really encompass everything that we wanted to say. So we went with colour theory to try and encompass all of it and show that we are this sort of like diverse group with lots of different people with lots of different experiences, and it was like all of them are as valid and important as each other.
I was contacted by a member of the Belfast Trust back in January, I think it was, about hooking up with a group of young people who really had a real kind of clear vision in their heads that they wanted to write and record an EP of music. Like the first couple of songs came together really quite quickly. Kira is a song about the storm, Kira, but it obviously represents some of the some of the issues that maybe some of the members of the group have faced and have come through their very own unique set of challenges, but there's also this shared consciousness, this shared kind of unity with regards to how they look after each other, with regards to like how they empathise with each other's experiences and each other's visions of where they want to go in life, and that really came through from the very beginning in the music. You know, there were little kind of amazing moments that got happening every week, and I go home to my wife that evening and say like, this is just such an amazing positive thing to be involved in. You know, it's not really like anything else I've ever worked with. Like the guys have just knocked it out of the park, and it's beautiful singing, unbelievable guitar playing. The songs are really strong, and I'm not just saying that. You know, I have felt a very personal responsibility to make sure that we are going into the studio with something that it really is genuinely of worth, and like I think, you know, this EP, you know, it's strong enough to compete with the best of them, you know, and I'm just delighted about it all.
To see the development in their confidence, you know, they actually call each other friends now, and even listening to their performances today in the recording studio, like it's just amazing to see how a group using music and art and more creative ways of working can actually really help build young people's self-esteem and confidence, which in a way then definitely improves their mental health, but in a more creative way, which is great.